Aloha, everyone. Welcome to the Leveraging Up podcast, where we amplify the voices and stories of those who rise, lead, and make an impact. I'm your host, Mamie Jean Lamley, and today, man, I got an amazing guest. Take a look at his background, guys. This guest is someone who embodies all of these. Ryan Van Ornum is a U.S. Air Force veteran, a serial entrepreneur. He's a high performance leadership strategist and the founder of Cynergists and Millpreneur. Because I'm going to ask you about that, Ryan.
Yeah.
In today's business, we're diving into purpose, guys, because this man, he's got purpose, he's got resilience, and what it really takes to rise again, because this is your voice, your story, and your impact. And Ryan, your journey spans in what? Military service, you've got business growth, you've got personal transformation. And when someone asks you, Ryan, who is Ryan Van Ornum? What's your real answer today? Because there's a background there that I want history on.
Well, the first thing is, I would say that the first thing that who Ryan Van Ornum really is that I'm a father, I'm a business person, I'm a friend, a community member, and all of those things together. I really just want to make a positive impact on the people's lives that I come in contact with. So like that's what I'm all about. So, I have three kids. My daughter Chloe is 11. My son Tyler is 13, and my oldest Jake is 17. And they're my world. They're my reason why I do what I do and why we do it so much. So, getting back to the question over the background, each one of my team members and I here at Cynergists, we have an individually created background on our virtual office, and mine is Captain America because I can do this damn thing all day. We build this thing out. We take care of our clients at the highest possible level, whether it's utilizing automations and artificial intelligence, being able to help source global talent, to be able to create a scalable operations business that helps facilitate growth no matter what career genre. We are here to help people grow exponentially faster at a fraction of the price.
Wow. Ryan, I love a man who can start with the most important thing is their family. And I know you and I, we've got something in common. It's called Ohana, right, guys? Ohana? Yes, I'm from Hawaii. Ryan was actually raised by someone of Hawaiian descent. And,
Yes.
Ohana is family. It's the one that we get to choose, and it's the one we're born into. And you know what, guys? I chose him to be one of my family members because this guy, he's got heart. He's got heart. So, Ryan, do me a little favor here. Expand on a little more about what inspires you to be the best dad that you can be. And then we'll talk business after that.
Well, I mean, it comes back from Pops, Ernie Panaganon, my best friends in college. I was the youngest on the team, and I was nicknamed Rookie. I was the Howley, and I came up, and I was, brought into that Hawaiian culture, like Ikaika, Imua, the Mana, and you're all, everything is about Ohana and being about the family and being able to take care of each other. That's what it's about, and that's what I brought into being, because sometimes it's not like the blood, it's the family that you're raised with, and that's who I became, and that's who I raised how I raised my kids, like taking care of them every step of the way, teaching them that grit and determination, that resiliency. I think that's the biggest thing that I tell anybody that knows me, I played college sports. I coached in college for volleyball, but I've never been the most athletic. I've never been like the smartest person, you know, but no one can take away my grit, my tenacity, and my resiliency just to keep on going. And so much of what you go through in business is that resiliency, because not everything is going to be perfect. Not every day is going to be amazing. And what we do on a daily basis shows your true character. And that's what I'm all about.
You know, Ryan, I've known you for just a little while now, and you are all about that. You are all about that. You know, you have a varied background, and I can see that where you were at, where you are today, is a combination of everything that you've experienced. What inspired you to step into entrepreneurship after your time in the military?
Yeah, I was in the military, and I love serving my country. It was an honor and privilege to serve. Uh, I went in and got my master's degree in exercise physiology. I was a teacher for a while, and the bureaucracy of teaching, the bureaucracy of the Department of Defense, I decided to step away from there and start my own business. I actually have a real estate business for the last 9 years on top of this that I have in Colorado. But that taught me how to become the person that I am as a business owner now. And that's where I understood that you can't do this thing alone. And with real estate, you know, the operational sides, the marketing side, the automations and putting out all the content and all of that stuff came from real estate. And I said, well, if realtors need help with this, I'm sure that other business owners need this stuff too. And that's where Cynergists came from, and that's where we built it out from. And it's really became a positive impact because we know how, and that's our whole vertical is scalable operations. We can take somebody that is a solopreneur all the way up to, you know, what would be like 20 or 30 employees, you know, in a virtual setting.
Wow, that's a big one. And because you just mentioned several things here. You blend AI systems, which every entrepreneur needs. And you know, for me, this is what I pick up from you. Okay, so I'm gonna throw the mimiism in there, Ryan. You really do soulful leadership. And
Yeah,
you really showed me that you want to strike balances with not only your life but also your employees' lives. Talk to me a little bit more about that.
one of the things that we build in first with our team is our culture. And I love being able to, we take care of our team members across the globe. We pay them 2 to 3 times the median average in their countries. And every time that we bring somebody on or we give them a raise or we, you know, based on their performances, I I can see it in their face, and like it means so much to me. Like I love when I hear, like I'll get messages from our team members like from where I was 6 months ago to now. One, I'm a different person, and two, like my life is completely changing because of Synergist. And like that makes me feel so much better about what we do and how we take care of our people in such a way. And then on top of it, being able to do the same thing for our clients. Uh, you know, the people that basically couldn't get out of their own way to do business, that they felt like they had to do everything themselves. And then now that they've understood how to leverage these pieces and push these opportunities together, that you know they had no idea how to do websites or automations for emails or texting or whatever it is, the digital marketing side or the um, the operational side, whatever it is, like I love seeing how much growth that people come back to us at, and they tell us like, I don't know where my business would be without you guys, and that's really powerful to me.
You know, power is not in the many, but it's in the quality. And that's what I hear you say constantly, Ryan. You know, when you look back, is there a challenge in your life that really made the big difference where you went from, you took that challenge and you made it yours and you overcame? Do you remember, you
I
remember what that challenge was?
I can remember a couple stages of that challenge, and one of it was going into the military. I've always been a big guy. I'm 6'5", and I can remember going into the military, and they're like, "You're gonna have to lose like 30 pounds in the next like the next 2 months before you get in." And I remember running every single day and watching what I eat, and then being able to build out from there. I remember uh, I got down to about 215 pounds at the time. I'm not that anymore, but in basic training, I remember running and finishing my PT test to graduate and going. I think I finished the 2 miles in like, I don't know, just over 12 minutes or something like that. And for a 6'4" guy to finish around 6 minute mile, that's moving pretty quick. I remember going back and picking up one of my uh, wingmen that he had wife and kids, and I said, you're gonna earn that airman coin. You're gonna get across that line in the time frame if I have to drag your ass across, because like that's just I'm not gonna leave people behind. And the way that we've developed it's that same culture that we've developed here. It's the same premise as what I've brought into every type of, whether it was coaching, college volleyball, whether it was in real estate, whether it's in the military or teaching. It's that community aspect. It's that family type, that ohana with the power behind it. You gotta keep that core sense of culture together, and that to me is what the power is behind it all.
Ryan, I'm going to get back to that background, with all the things that you just shared. I mean, to have each of your staff pick a superhero for themselves. Talk to me a little bit about that background and what are some of those superheroes that some of your employees have taken?
Yeah, yeah. So actually, we just got shirts made too. And like on the front, it has our logo and it says Cynergists. On the back, it says Cynergist Assembled, just like the Avengers. So like um we have like Scarlet Witch, we have Doctor Strange, we have Iron Man, we have Black Widow, we have Wolverine, we have Batman, we have Cyclops, uh, we have probably we have 12 to 15 on staff, depending on uh, you know how you're looking at it. But yeah, there's uh, it's so powerful just seeing them all together on our morning stand up, being able to talk about their procedures that they're working with, their clients that they're working with, being able to help, and then what I love about this so much is like one person doesn't have to handle everything
Love
in
it.
our team. That say that we have one person that does nothing but the website development. We have somebody else that does SEO, GEO, which is like how you get recognized on Siri and Alexa and ChatGPT and stuff like that. And then they handle all the backlinks. And then we have somebody that does all the blog posting, and that person connects with all the people that do the SEO and GEO. And then like all the social media content is created by one other person, and then we have someone that writes all the copy, and then it flows we have an automations expert, we have an AI prompt engineer, and they all work so well and flow together. That's that's why we really are the Avengers of what we do, the Avengers of scalable operations.
Avengers are scalable operations. Are you guys listening to this, listeners? What I heard him say was teamwork. So you
Yes.
better lean in, because some of the things that Ryan is sharing at this time, don't you think it could make a difference for you? He's all about culture, teamwork. He's got a team that work like the Avengers, guys. That not only says something to me, Ryan, it says that you allow other people to step into the power that they have, and then they bring their zone of genius into it. That's priceless.
So I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but it says empower, like, and then the other side says thrive. So like every day I look at that thing, and my other bracelet says Cynergists on it too. But like one of the things that I do with our team every morning is like, how can I empower you? How can I help you grow? Because I I don't want to be the micromanaging type of leader. That's not, I want people to, like, anytime that you grow your business, you should not want to have to, of course you want to have to help train them up, but you want to empower them that they are asking, okay, what's the next piece, um instead of asking what task I need to get done, is like, what what's the true value in what you want me to accomplish? And then they start asking you questions about empowering that business to grow in certain situations. Like that's the piece that I've seen that takes it to another level.
Wow, for me, that's a unique thing just to you, Ryan, because you know, how many listeners, how many leaders out there are really and truly hearing you and seeing you? And how
Well,
many of you? Go
think
ahead,
about it.
Brad.
Think about it too. Like, most people have heard of virtual assistants, right?
Yep.
Like, okay, virtual assistants are really good at doing a task. You tell them to do a task and then they complete the task. And for the most part, it gets done. You may have to have some revisions. What we do with the team aspect is like, they of course they're going to get their tasks done, but what they're looking to do is analyze the business and then grow the business for you, because that they've already done these things for other people, and they already see the weaknesses and the bottlenecks already associated, because we help so many clients that we're able to kind of see the same trends happening over and over again, and being able
Love it.
to empower our team to be able to have those conversations, like, with our clients. Now, how many virtual assistants can do that? Like that, it's a game changer in this industry. That's why we're scalable operations.
Amazing. Amazing, Ryan. I love the words that you use: empower, thrive, resilience. All words, listeners, that make impacts. You're not being told what to do. There's choices. And Ryan, you're providing choices for your businesses. We've heard a lot about what you do. I'd like to hear, what's your vision for the future that you're going to take Synergists into? What are you looking at?
Well, we're already moving into other countries too, whether it's Canada, whether it's in Europe. We just had a conversation with a company in Nairobi, being able to help across the globe. That's one piece. The second piece is exponential expansion and utilizing artificial intelligence, even more so. Every one of our synergists is taught to actually go out and find artificial intelligence platforms that make their role more productive for themselves. So it's being able to thrive inside of their productivity levels. So say our copywriter our copywriter or our grant writer, we have the AI that will go out, research what grants are available to somebody, be able to find the applications, start working the applications, and then have our grant writer go back and oversee and fact check everything that it looks complete. And then now the productivity level is at an all-time high, and instead of just being, one little piece of it. The same thing with like our copywriter being able to create SEO content specific for the blog production for a company. So we actually do all the research utilizing artificial intelligence to be able to hit keywords in those blogs. Now your content is being created at such a high level. Our video editors utilize AI to be able to take their production time from like a small reel, a 60-second, a 90-second piece could go from 2.5 hours of editing down to, like 30, 40 minutes, maybe even less, depending on what is needed. That's what's really cool about the opportunities that we're presenting now with artificial intelligence. That's actually enhancing our global talent.
Wow. Tell me more, Ryan, because you're not, when we hear VA, you're right. VA, we tell them what to do. Your systems are working, no pun intended, synergists. Your synergists are a synergy in the making. That's
Yes.
what I'm hearing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's taking what the opportunities of what the client is asking for and being able to reach them at a level that is specific for the client, giving them a custom experience, and then having our team of high talented elite talent from across the globe be able to be enhanced with artificial intelligence, that it gives them this experience level, and the standard operating procedures makes it so smooth of a transition piece through it all, that we get this stuff done so much faster, and the quality is not lacking behind it. So it's really just a seamless transition all the way through the process now.
I love it. I love it. You've got Synergist and you've got Millpreneur.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me about that.
Yeah, Millpreneur is something that we're launching this summer. It's a labor of love that I've been putting together for like the last year, and being that I'm former Air Force myself, I always wanted to help people get a little bit more like from boots to business type of acumen, being able to when I got out, I didn't know what the hell I was going to do. I was kind of lost. Really wanted to do was coach volleyball, and that didn't pay the bills as much as I needed it to. So what we're helping people do is to be able to connect with other veterans, because the veteran community as a whole, the integrity level, the work ethic, and the empathy that they share for growth for other vets. So we're putting a community together. We're giving training. We're giving opportunities to connect with others. We're putting the collaborations together in a community setting, and that's what Millpreneur is going to be about.
Oh my goodness, that sounds like another interview, Ryan, because when that gets launched, we've got an audience of military vets that I think needs to hear that. You okay with that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And by that time, I'll be able to, our book is actually launching in February too, called The Scalability Code. So that's another little piece that we'll be able to plug on that next interview too.
Oh my God. Ryan, my conversation with you is going to go on and on and on and on. That is like the Ohana and that tradition in Hawaii, because what I see you standing for is the ability to just help people scale, whether they are vets, a civilian, an entrepreneur, a solopreneur, business owner. And I also see that your services could be used by small business and corporate businesses alike. So,
Absolutely. We have large startups that we're already working with that have dozens and dozens of staff on them on board, down to the solopreneurs already. So, uh, whatever the task is, we are here to help. And like I said, the Captain America avatar behind me, I can do this all day.
all day, all day. I wanna go heart-centered for now. And when all is said and done, Ryan, what ripple do you want to leave behind? Or what are you building today to live your legacy? What's that
Well,
ripple?
yeah, that it's funny because like my kids have been texting and calling me during this interview, and that's exactly who I want to leave this for. And honestly, I want to leave for my clients' families and for my Cynergist families. Like I want to leave them a better life because of that they took a chance on us. Like
Mm,
that means a lot to me. Uh, I want to be able to like have my kids when I'm gone that they have their kids and their grandkids and like I have the book The Power of One More by Ed Milet, and it's like
mhm.
this. I grew up in a dumpster fire of a family, you know, and it just was. I am the one that is breaking that circle in my family, and I'm going to leave that legacy worth having, the life worth living, because of the changes that I've had to make along the way. And I'm so proud to when I'm gone that my kids are going to feel that way, that dad did everything for us and taught us that resiliency and grit and determination to make a difference for myself as well.
I love it. I love it. So I got a couple more what I call soul fire round questions for you. And it has nothing to do with your synergist or your millpreneur. It has to do with Ryan.
Let's do it.
Okay. So the first one that I'd like to ask you is this. Can you give me one practice that you use to stay grounded?
I'm all about structure. So my calendar is if it's not on my calendar, it doesn't exist. So that staying grounded within who I am, because like I put my kids first. I put like they're on my calendar first. Vacations, if I go on vacation, that's on there first. That's how I stay grounded. I actually put on my calendar like time to time to give back, time to you know be be more centered, like they're called my morning rituals,
Mm,
being able to find time to pray, be able time to read, all of those things. That's how I stay grounded because is within my structure.
I love it. I love it. Name one belief that you had to unlearn to grow.
That I had to do everything myself.
Mm, and look at you. You've got an amazing team that you've pulled together. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Like I had to get out of my own way. When people uh when I basically what I was doing is I was my own assistant and I sucked at being my own assistant. Like I was way overpaid to do something crappy. So like that's when I figured that out, that's when stuff really started to take hold.
Wow. Wow. Do you have like a quote or a mantra that drives you?
I've I've always heard this. It was like 25 years ago. And Tiger Woods said it, and it was, "Do you have the courage to make a difference?"
Ooh,
And like to me, that's always resonated with me. Behind me, you can't see it, but I have the poem "If" by Rudyard Kipling. So I yeah, I actually have poetry on my wall. uh,
wow.
so that's a powerful poem to me.
Mhm.
And then there's another one from Rudyard Kipling, "Don't go quietly into the night." That's
Mm,
these are just things that resonate with me.
I love it. And my last soul question for you is this. What does success mean to you today?
Success means that, like, if I gave everything I could, no matter what the outcome is, just find joy in the process. Find joy in the journey, because not every day is gonna where you're gonna be making $1 million. Like, but if you find that you find joy in that process, it doesn't matter what you're doing. Because like I I could remember just a year ago or 2 years ago, like I did not feel successful, and I wasn't doing everything to be able to enjoy the process. So like I didn't like going to the gym and being active, and like then my body started fighting me, and like like these certain things, once I started finding joy in the process, success actually became easier.
Beautiful, beautiful. Man, you've touched my heart in so many ways today, Brian. For our listeners ready to leverage up, what's one thing they can do today to get unstuck and rise?
It's okay to ask. So many people think that they could do everything on their own. It's okay to ask. It's okay to be able to uh, have even just talk to somebody else. It's amazing when, like, I would be so into my own self that I couldn't get out of my own way. When I started just opening up to others, it's amazing what happens when you
Mm,
when you allow others to be in your life.
I love it. Did you hear that, listeners? Ryan said, just ask. Just ask. And you'd be surprised, yeah, Ryan, how many people will show up when we ask.
I have a shirt that I wear to the gym not every day, but every week, and it says "You are enough."
Mm,
And just take it as what you are. Like you're good enough for who you are at that time. And if people think that you're not good enough, that's their loss.
that's their loss. I totally agree with you on that, Ryan.
Yeah.
Listeners, I, I hope you took a lot of notes here because there were so many nuggets, so many nuggets. So I'm going to ask you one last question here, Ryan. If our audience wanted to connect with you, what's the best way to do it?
Let's just schedule some time. You can go to Cynergists.com/meet Ryan, and let's talk there. Um, Anything, you can find me on social media, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Instagram. Hell, I even have a TikTok and a YouTube. I think I'm all over the place. Get tired of seeing this face for radio on video anyway. So let's, I love to connect with people. Message me, however, wherever you find me. I'd love to connect and just learn more about who you guys are.
Awesome. All right, listeners, one more wrap today. I hope you got value because not only did I get value, I got to learn a little bit more about Brian. And so for those of you who are listening in, don't forget, leveraging up, it's about your story, your voice, your impact. And yes, I change it up once in a while, but that's okay. And from all of us at Leveraging Up, keep on shining, everyone, and be like Captain America, like Ryan, and don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone and just ask. Have an amazing day.
Mahalo.